Genital piercings. Why do people get them? We're going to go into that coming up next on New to Piercing, episode number 28. For those that are new to the channel, welcome to the Body Piercing and Tattooing channel. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope you find them helpful and useful, but you may not know who I am. My name is DaVo. I'm a professional body piercer and have been since 1994. I own and I operate the Axiom Body Piercing studio, located right here in Des Moines, Iowa, inside Skin Kitchen Tattoo. Just before we get started, I kind of want to go into this. For those that are easily offended or of an age that may not be appropriate, this may not be the video for you. I am going to be discussing genital piercings, not in depth or anything overly descriptive. This is solely for educational purposes. For those that are considering getting those, maybe a genital piercing and kind of trying to figure out why they want it, or just plain understanding why somebody would want this. Maybe your partner has been talking about it. If you are easily offended or of not of an appropriate age, please find another video. There are plenty of those on our channel that have absolutely nothing to do with anything relating to genital piercings or any type of sexuality or anything else. Also, if you're looking for something titillating and exciting, this is not the video for you. You're going to be sadly disappointed. This is solely for educational purposes only. In the studio, this is probably one of the most common questions I get asked. As soon as somebody figures it out, usually it kind of starts out with, oh, you don't do those, do you? Kind of attitude, or inquisitive, or really, what's that like, what have you. People are just not overly exposed, I guess, to it. And they question why somebody would go through that, because we generally associate anything that has to do with needles and pain and that part of our anatomy, not fun. So let's get into why are some of the motivating factors behind getting a genital piercing. So I'm going to start with the top 5 common motivations that I come across as a piercer when people actually discuss it with me. I generally don't ask, why do you want this? But this is some of the conversations I've had over the last 30 plus years that have kind of given me some insight into what people generally are doing these for or what have you. First one is increased sensation or enjoyment for either themselves or their partner or both of them. Genital piercings is kind of like a customization of that part of your body done in a way that can be sexually pleasing to either yourself or your partner. That's not all piercings. Some piercings are more prone to this than other ones. Some are just for show. Other ones are for stimulation. And some people can find that stimulation really good, and some can find it uncomfortable. It's one of those things you always have to take into account. It's why I generally suggest that if you're in a committed relationship, that before you get anything done in that area, that you discuss it with your partner to see what their insight is on getting this done. Second one is enhancement, self-confidence, and beauty. Basically through jewelry and piercings, it makes the area more aesthetically pleasing to the person wearing it. It's empowering from that standpoint. It builds confidence about how that area looks. Also makes a statement about the person's sexuality. Are they more so this way or that way? It can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people, but it's a lot about what they like. It is basically expression through customization. That's why when people are like, I understand this piercing and this piercing, but this really doesn't do anything during sex, why would anybody want that? That is the reason. They like the way it looks. It looks beautiful to them, and it increases their self-confidence because it does so. Third one is reclaiming. This is a really common thing I've come across over the years that kind of surprised me at first. I've had some long discussions with people about this in the past. This could be everything from being abused or being in a terrible relationship and kind of reclaiming that area and saying, hey, this belongs to me. I get to do whatever I want to it. And having a physical reminder of that every day that is the case. The other thing is I've seen a lot of people at the end of the relationship get this done, both from the standpoint of they told me I could never get this done because if I wanted to stay with them, well, I'm not with them anymore. And this is the first thing I'm going to do to define the fact that we're no longer together. The other thing is I've had clients come in and say, hey, I'm getting this done because my ex bugged the crap out of me to get it done, and I wasn't going to do it for them. I wanted to do it for me. Cultures and subcultures. This can vary from person to person, and most of these are, they can be actual ethnic cultures. There are some piercings, not a lot of them, with genitalia that could be loosely associated with certain cultures. However, subcultures, especially those of a sexual nature, it has been kind of a standard for a while. With these, in this situation, to be honest with you, most of these piercings kind of developed in sexual subcultures, like gay BDSM and the leather scene, and I guess regular BDSM, as a way of expressing or making a statement about that, or defining their stature or role in that type of relationship. These can be very symbolic from person to person. There's a lot to dig into there that I won't get into this video, but including things, discussions about chastity and etc. That is solely about that, and really isn't my expertise. The last one, number 5, gender affirming. This is something that's come up, I think, increasingly because there's more information out there about those that are gender fluid or reassigning or what have you, getting these piercings to kind of affirm their sexual and gender identity. I personally don't have a lot of experiences, though I have pierced people who were trying to obtain these goals and had some incredibly interesting conversations with them. It does take a different level of expertise because the area is changed in most cases. It's not kind of your standard, everybody's got it. There can be a little bit of difference in everything, little nuances. But it is something that we have to talk about when we talk about people getting genital piercings. Some people, they kind of define one piercing as this way or that way. And this is another way of expressing their change and their development as in the gender of their choice. I said I was only going to do 5, but I've got a 6th one, a bonus. These piercings are easy to conceal. So if you're in a situation where you live in a conservative part of the world, or you're in a work environment or career choice or what have you, where piercings just aren't accepted, it's an easy piercing to get done to fulfill your need to get pierced, but yet have it hidden from the general public. The only people that would know you have this is people you tell and your intimate partners. So that's one final, kind of a bonus. What were your motivations behind getting a genital piercing? Maybe you're considering it and you have some questions about that. Please leave a comment. Till next time, here's hoping all your piercings heal with ease and without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, I would love to see if your piercing needs in the future. Have a good day, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you in that next video.